Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to be doing this really gorgeous peachy eye look using the Jaclyn Hill palette. So first we're going to go in with the Painterly Paint Pot from MAC to prime our eyes. And I like using this with a concealer brush. And it's really good to carve out the brows too. And I'm just going to set that down with the Ofra translucent powder since there's not a matte shade in the palette. And then jumping right into the palette, I'm so excited. We're going to be using the shade MFEO as our transition shade. And then we're going to be using a combination of Puder and Hunts for our crease shade. And then jumping right into Sissy, we're going to put that on the inner half of the eyelid. And then using Cran Apple on the outer half of the eyelid. And then we're going to be using the shade Jax just to deepen out the outer corner of the eye. And I'm just going to pack that on until I'm happy with it. And I like to just blend a little bit up into the crease too, just to kind of mesh all those colors together. And then going back into our crease shade, we're just going to blend all that together. And then blend out that transition shade as well. Using my trusty They're Real Push-Up liner, we're going to create that wing. Always got to double check to make sure I'm doing it right. I'm sorry if you guys can hear some noise in the background. It is storming outside and I think there's something banging against my house right now. Alright, and then jumping into the shade Beam, we're going to use that for our brow bone highlight. Using my Professional Matte Rescue, I'm just going to put that on my nose and in my T-zone because I've been getting super oily, and then going in with the Cover FX primer for the entire face. And then I'm going to mix the Maybelline Matte and Poreless foundation with some of my Do the Hula because it's just a little too light for me, so that helps deepen up that color a little bit. And to be completely honest, I'm not sure I'm really liking that brush so much. It is so huge and it is so heavy. It's more of a burden to blend everything out than I feel like it should be. And I'll have the names of those brushes down below as well. And then using my Tarte Shape Tape to conceal my under eyes and to highlight the nose a little bit. We'll blend that out with our trusty Real Technique sponge. And then using the RCMA powder to set everything. I'm going to set underneath the eyes, set the nose, and set the chin, and of course the forehead, basically any spots that get oily. And then going back into Puder, we're going to use that to smoke out the lower lash line. And then using Jax, we're going to use that as our lower lash line color. And then using the shade Obsessed, that's going to be our inner corner highlight. And I'm just going to build that up until I like the shine of it. And I can never pronounce the name of this brand, but we're going to be using this pencil for the tight line. I love this one because it stays put all day long. And for the lower lash line, we're going to be using the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Best O. Going in with my Narcissist palette, we're going to be using the contour shade in there. And then I'm just going to contour my nose and blend it out. And then we're going to be taking that highlight shade and just brighten up underneath the eyes. And I'm going to take it and just clean up that contour on the cheekbones as well, because I kind of got a little messy with it that day. We're going to be using the 4th blush shade in this palette. For today's highlighter, we're going to be using the Tarte Amazonian Clay highlighter in the shade Stunner. And then I'm just going to build up the intensity of that on the cheekbones. And I'm pretty sure I highlighted my nose too, but I don't think I included the footage of that for some reason. And we're going to be using the Laguna bronzer just to bronze up the edges of the face. I love using this on the Hoola bronzing brush. This one is so soft and it disperses the product really nicely. Using the NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray, we're going to set all that into the skin. Gotta give myself a heads up before I can spray apparently. Setting the brows with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. And then using my They're Real Tinted Lash Primer in the Ampla Mascara. I like to do 2 coats of the primer to start out with. And then I just pile the mascara on until I'm happy with it. Some days I can do 2 coats, some days I can do 4. And then using the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit in the shade Nudist Peach. This lipstick is so lightweight and comfortable on the lips. Alright guys, that completes this look. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel today. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.